How is it going, everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2017 pay-per-view. Of course, TLC was a Raw exclusive pay-per-view event that took place live on the WWE Network as well as pay-per-view tonight. And overall, I gotta say, I thought this was a really fun show. For a show that, for the most part, until the announcements are made on Friday, I had absolutely no excitement for it. But then I got hyped for it, and I got excited for it, and the show delivered. I thought it was a really fun show. I thought, almost every match delivered to be at least a good match. There was maybe like a match or two that, weren't really all that good. But besides that, I thought it's a good, solid, enjoyable show. Definitely delivered for the most part, like I said. And yeah, I just had a ton of fun watching TLC for my own personal enjoyment. So yeah, it's thumbs up for me. I thought it was better than Hell in a Cell. So yeah, TLC, very, very surprisingly a fun show. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Forward to the main show, of course, we had the 1 hour kickoff show, 1 hour prior to pay-per-view. On there, we were supposed to have Drew Gulak's Championship Edition PowerPoint presentation, but that got axed. He said due to time, which, was bullshit because it's a kickoff show. How do you not have time on a kickoff show when you have one fucking match on an hour kickoff show? I don't know what the whole situation was, but he went on the panel, cut a great promo. Drew Gulak's one of the most underrated character developments in WWE right now. I know it happens on the show that no one watches, but his character is great. I've always enjoyed Drew Gulak's work anyway. So Drew Gulak's someone that definitely should be pushing more than they are. So really disappointed about the PowerPoint, but like I said, I thought he did a great job on the panel when he complained about being axed. And then we had the match, which was Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. This match is actually pretty good for a kickoff show match. Definitely better than their TV matches the last 2 weeks. I thought Fox and Sasha had pretty good back and forth action match right from the get-go. They started brawling each other and just going at it. And I thought it made for some good stuff. They teased a count-out finish when Alicia Fox took out Sasha Banks on the outside. Sasha Banks beat the 10 count at 9. And then, ended up locking in the bank statement for the submission victory. So it was a nice, solid match on the kickoff show. Like I said, better than the matches from the last 2 weeks on Raw. So that was a plus. And then we go to the main show, which opened up with Asuka making her in-ring debut, taking on Emma. This is actually a really good opener right here. I know some people didn't like it because it was a competitive match, which I never thought I'd hear people complain about a match being competitive. I understand there's situations where I guess a squash or just a quick match comes in handy, but I don't know. I didn't mind this. Asuka was very dominant from the get-go, but once Emma cut her off and took control, she actually threw her onto the outside, or drop kicked her on the apron, and she fell off, and Emma pretty much took control of the match from there on. And anytime Asuka had some kind of offense to start going, Emma would quickly cut her off. I thought Emma showed great aggression in this match. She looked really good. Emma, when she's utilized properly, she's really good. I've always been a fan of Emma. Her stuff's always been good when, they put her in a situation where she can show it. In this match, she definitely was able to show it. And I thought her and Asuka went there, had a competitive match. Asuka got her stuff in. She did her signature stuff, she did the hip attack and everything. So she got pretty much everything she does in. And I made Emma look good, so I really don't know what the complaint about is. Asuka made her debut and won, and Emma looked good in the feet. So to me, it was a win-win. You made both people look good, in my opinion. But I like the ending as well. Asuka had her comeback. She threw Emma to the outside, went on the apron. Emma actually threw her off the apron onto the ground, which was a pretty nice spot right there. Asuka got back in the ring, or Emma threw her back in the ring. Once Emma got back in the ring, Asuka just nailed her with a heel kick, followed by the Asuka lock for the submission victory. So, good debut for Asuka. I thought it was better than Nakamura's debut match against Ziggler. I don't know. Like I said, I see people complaining about it, and I can see the complaints, but at the same time, it's like, it was a win-win. It made Asuka look good, or Asuka won, which is good, and it made Emma look good. So, to me, it was a win-win. From there, we had a segment with Elias. He was trying to sing a song, but Jason Jordan was throwing vegetables at him. That was legitimately the segment. Jason Jordan laughed off and walked off, and that was that. So that was really a big waste of time, which would happen again in the show, unfortunately, and lead to a match. So, would be. From there, we go to the Brian Kendrick and Gentleman Jack Gallagher, who came out to new villain-like music. I'm digging it. I'm not in love with it, but I like what I think complements his current character. Taking on Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann. Hot start, all the Cruiserweights are pretty much getting their stuff in. Some nice spots where, I forgot who it was either Brian Kendrick or Jack Gallagher on the outside, beating on Cedric, and Rich Swann actually did a beautiful, it's like a 450 onto them. On the outside, so that was a nice spot right there. Cedric would be in the ring, or Rich Swann would get the tag, would get heat on him for a while from Gallagher and Kendrick. They did some nice tag work between both of them. Cedric get the hot tag, run wild on Gallagher and Kendrick. Kendrick actually locked in the captain's hook on Cedric, and before Cedric tapped out, Rich Swann actually hit a beautiful Phoenix Splash to break up the submission. I thought it was a really nice spot right there. Gallagher and Rich Swann go at it for a little bit, and then Brian Kendrick would end up getting hit with the lumbar check from Cedric Alexander for the 1-2-3. So Cedric and Rich Strong get the win. Kind of surprised by that. I honestly was expecting Gallagher and Kendrick to win, but I'm not going to complain. It was a fun Cruiserweight match. The crowd was into it as well, so which is surprising because usually during Cruiserweight matches the crowd's dead silent. So to see him invested into a match like this was actually pretty cool. So fun little match. Just wish they got a little more time, but I'm not really complaining that much about it. After that, we had the Raw Women's Championship match, Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James. This was a really good match between both of them. I thought both women worked very well, and I thought it'd be a really good match. You know, their match on SmackDown Live earlier this year before WrestleMania 33, I thought they had a really good match then, and they still have a really good match. I think they just had really good chemistry, and this is another, you know, solid showcase from them. You know, it was pretty slow from the start. You know, a lot of headlocks from Alexa Bliss. At one point, Mickie James actually smacked Alexa Bliss's, you know, ass to, you know, play into the biscuit butt thing, which I thought was pretty funny. But it started off slow, then it started picking up some nice back and forth action. You know, that had a really nice sequence where they were just slapping the shit out of each other and, you know, ducking and, you know, just doing some nice reversals and counters to the point where Mickie James hit a mid kick while Alexa Bliss hit her with the forearm at the same time, so they both got knocked down. So that was a really nice spot right there. Mickie James almost won the title at in the match. She was going for the, you know, Mick DDT, but Alexa Bliss was able to get out of it. Alexa Bliss went for Twisted Bliss, but missed, and Mickie James almost, you know, was able to counter off of that. So yeah, just a really good match overall. Alexa Bliss ended up retaining when she threw Mickie James into the bottom turnbuckle and hit her with the DDT for the 1-2-3. So Alexa Bliss retains Raw Women's Championship. Like I said, really good match. I think both women have really good chemistry, so really enjoyed that one. Then, of course, after the match, Mickie James gave a promo. You know, she was interviewed afterwards, and she pretty much gave a promo saying that, you know, this isn't the end for me. This is the end for my title hunt. I'm still going to be in the chase for it, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. And it was a really emotional, heartfelt promo. So, yeah, that was really good from her. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that match. Like I said, I thought they both did really, really well. From there, we went to a segment backstage where Kurt Angle was getting ready for the match. Ambrose and Rollins came out and gave him a Shield vest. So that was a nice backstage segment right there with Kurt Angle and the Shield. Pretty much giving the smile on Kurt's face told the entire story. He was so happy to get that vest, by the way. But yeah, that was a nice little segment right there. Speaking of segments, we had once again Elias trying to play a musical performance, but Jason Jordan comes out and throws some more fruit at him, or vegetables, where the fuck it was. That's a segment, so waste of time this was. From there we go to, speaking of waste of time, the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match, Kalisto versus Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore come out cutting his promo, which was hilarious because his voice was gone. Like, it was like Jinder Mahal status where like he needed a cough drop. He's like, my name is Enzo Amore. Like, his voice was just going out. It was hilarious because I fucking hate Enzo. And then the match itself wasn't bad. It was better than the Neville match from No Mercy, I can say that. Enzo was, you know, running around, and, you know, Enzo fucked up a lot. You know, he fucked up the Hurricane or the Frankensteiner DDT that, you know, like Kalisto does. He fucked it up, which I don't know how. So there were some noticeably fuck ups from Enzo, but this match was just, it was tolerable. It was more bearable to watch than the Neville match from No Mercy, if you ask me. So that's what the match had, at least. Ending was pretty much expected. Kalisto was, you know, trying to lock in Selena Del Sol a handful of times. Enzo was able to cheat by putting the thumb in his eye. Kalisto was blinded. Enzo hit his Soul Fu, or whatever the hell he calls it, his finisher, and 1-2-3, Enzo Amore is a brand new Cruiserweight champion once again. I mean, I saw it coming, so I'm not going to complain. So, Enzo's champion again. Don't really fucking care. So, that's that. Afterwards, Enzo cut a promo saying that he's going to thank no one but himself, and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, that's that. Enzo's champion again. Whoop-de-doo. Cool. Great. Congratulations. From there on, we go to which was match of the night. The Demon Finn Bálor taking on the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. From the entrances, the crowd was red hot into it. This had a big match feel. This was like main event feel right here. This was absolutely awesome. The crowd was chanting, "Too sweet, this is awesome." Just for after the introductions, they didn't even lock up yet, and the crowd was going red hot for it. And this match delivered. It got about 20 minutes, and it was just 20 minutes of awesomeness, honestly. Right from the get-go, they locked up. You know, Bálor was able to take down Styles, you know, lock in a surfboard on him and whatnot, and very much ground him. And then eventually the match became more even. You know, AJ Styles was able to get his offense in. He was able to counter Finn Bálor's sling blade into a Yoshi-Groshi, which was a nice transition counter right there from Styles. They had a really good back and forth sequence where, you know, Styles just chopping the shit out of Bálor, and we went for that back fist. Bálor hit him with a Pele kick, so that was a nice spot right there. Just some really good stuff back and forth. You know, Bálor just hit some shotgun shot kicks. He sent Styles to the outside, hit a tope, followed by a penalty kick on the apron, and then, you know, almost got a count out victory, but Bálor didn't want to win that way. Roll on the outside, AJ picked him up and just tackled him through the announce table, not through it, but like onto the announce table. That was, you know, like the German or Spanish, whatever announce table was by the ring, which that was great right there. They got in the ring, just had just a lot of good back and forth action, just a lot of nice transitions, and just they felt so smooth and natural. It was great watching these two go at it, and this is the match Finn Bálor needed, because Finn Bálor, since he's been back, he hasn't really been in a prompt position where he's been able to showcase himself. I mean, he's been feuding with guys like Elias and Bray Wyatt, so he never really had that opponent to really showcase what he can do. But this match with AJ Styles, you can tell Finn Bálor was trying to prove a point. You can tell that he was motivated and he was determined to have a show-stealing match, and he absolutely did. Finn Bálor looked the best he probably has in the main roster so far. This is his best main roster match so far, I can already say that. It was better than the Rollins match, it was better than the Reigns match. So, he just looked like a completely different level, and him and AJ just had a killer match, and I wish they would have gotten more time. I know 20 minutes is still a good amount of time, but which followed after this, there's no reason why this match shouldn't have got another 10 minutes, honestly. But they went out there, tore the house down, some nice transition. Like I said, Bálor would go for the 1960, but 16, not 60, and AJ would counter it into the calf crusher, go for the Styles clash, but he would fight out of it. So AJ would end up hit him with a wheelbarrow. Just some really good stuff from both men, and I had a lot of fun watching these two go at it. Like I said, they just seemed so natural and smooth in the ring together, and it was a joy to watch. And it's one of those matches that, even though it was 20 minutes, I felt like it was 5. It honestly flew right by, and I can't wait to watch again, and I can't wait for a rematch in the future. Love the ending. AJ setting up with the 450, went for the 450, or no, he hit a Hurricanrana, or Frankensteiner off the, hit a Rana off the top rope when Bálor was up there, hit a beautiful Pele kick, jumped up, hit a Rana off him, went for a 450, Bálor got out of the way, hit a lariat, followed by a shotgun drop kick, followed by the coup de grace, which I love the way AJ sold it, because immediately when Bálor hit it, you just hear AJ, oh, and like, it's a little thing, but it makes a huge difference. Like, some people just take it like, oh, I'm done. But AJ screaming in pain when he got hit with it, to me, that sold it even better. So, Finn Bálor defeats AJ Styles as expected. Honestly, it was the right call. I know I saw some people saying that it shouldn't have had a finish. It should have ended like a DQ or no contest, or AJ should have won. Bálor winning was the right call in this situation. That's all that needs to be said. So, yeah, Bálor and AJ, can't wait for a rematch, and can't wait to just rewatch that match in general, because it was that awesome. But, yeah, given more time, I think this match could be better, but for a first-time meeting, it was a lot of fun. Then we had Elias taking on Jason Jordan, which was just 10 minutes of just pure fucking boredom. The time this match got should have been fucking held off for Raw, and their time they got here should have been went to AJ and Bálor. They should have gotten 10 more minutes, and this match should have just been postponed until Raw. This match was a huge waste of time. It was headlocks, and then Jason Jordan won with a fucked up finish where he gave Elias a cradle, but Elias kicked out before the 3 count, but the referee counted 3, so Jason Jordan won. It was just a huge waste of fucking time, so I'm not going to really go into any details about that match. Jason Jordan wins. Waste of time. And then we go to the main event, of course, which was the 5-on-3 handicap tables, ladders, and chairs match. Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose taking on The Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Kane. So, everyone was expecting Kurt Angle to come out, singlet and everything, but the Shield come out, Ambrose and Rollins, and then out of nowhere, Kurt Angle just comes in the frame, in the Shield gear, making the Shield entrance, and Kurt looks so fucking ridiculous in the Shield gear. He actually kind of took away my attention of the match, because I was just laughing so hard at Kurt. I love Kurt, but he looks so fucking ridiculous in that Shield gear, honestly. He just looked ridiculous. But the match itself was fucking chaotic. Like, this is one of those matches where I have to watch a few times to really solidify a solid opinion on it, because I don't know if I loved the match or hated it. It was a car wreck, in a good way. This match, the best way I can put it is, nowadays, most action movies are just action. There's really no real plot or anything behind it. It's just all action. It's gotta look good. And that's what this match was. There really was no direction or really any story going with it. But it was just a whole bunch of shit happening that, even though there was no reason really behind it, it was just great to watch. And that's honestly the best way I can kind of put it. Right from the get-go, everyone's just going at it. Kurt swinging chairs and everyone's just brawling. Ambrose and Rollins, set up Strowman and Kane onto the 2 announce tables. They go up the ladders and end up doing Rollins did a frog splash and Ambrose dropped the elbow onto Strowman and Kane, so they put him out of the match. Angle was hitting some suplexes on The Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus, and then eventually Braun Strowman took out Kurt Angle and gave him his running body slam through a table. So Kurt was taken out of the match after that, so Kurt was gone for like 15 minutes after that. 15, 20 minutes. He was gone for a while. Kurt wasn't in the match very long, which I expected that, even though it was a big deal Kurt was coming back. I think everyone figured that Kurt really wasn't going to do much in the match, but what he did was important, so it mattered. And then, Kurt got taken out, and it was pretty much just the destruction of the Shield, honestly. They were just getting their asses beat, whether it was tag team maneuvers. Cesaro and Sheamus tried to give a crucifix to Ambrose through a table, but the table didn't fucking break because it was a terrible crucifix. They did a really terrible one to Ambrose, so that's why it didn't break. So Strowman actually picked Ambrose up and said, fuck it, and just threw Ambrose as hard as he could through the table, which I thought was great. The match went onto the stage area, which I thought, Rollins was going to do another crazy bump like he did in 2012, but thankfully he didn't. They brawled. They brought out a dumpster truck, which I still don't know why this spot happened. And it led on later on the match, but I still don't know why it happened. They brought on the stage for a while. Ambrose and Rollins ended up doing dives off the truck, which that was a great spot. Kane accidentally hit Braun Strowman with a chair, so they were having tension. And then on the stage, Kane all of a sudden attacks Braun Strowman. He actually chokeslams him through the stage and does the John Cena Wade Barrett spot from 2010 where he takes the chairs and just... and all the chairs come flying down on the Strowman through this little hole he fell through. So Strowman, you think he's done, and Kane's getting back to the match. So even though he just took out his own partner, he's going back to Ambrose and Rollins attacking them. Braun Strowman all of a sudden comes out of nowhere. He's back to life. Him and Kane are going at it. Strowman's taking everyone out. He's taking Miz out. He's taking Cesaro out. He's taking everyone out. And then they go, you know what? Fuck it. So everyone starts beating down on Strowman, Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Kane, and they throw him in the dumpster truck, and they close the dumpster. We witnessed a murder on live pay-per-view. That was murder. They threw, because those trucks crush stuff. They crushed the garbage. Braun Strowman got crushed. So Braun Strowman's dead. He can never come back. He's gone now. He can't kick out of an F5, but apparently he can survive being buried by chairs, and he's going to survive being crushed by a truck. So I don't fucking know what to think of their booking of Braun Strowman at this point, but that happened. And then, of course, they focus their attention back on the Shield. Kurt Angle comes back. Kurt Angle cleans house. He's hitting some suplex on the ramp. Gives Cesaro an angle slam. Gives Miz an angle slam. I think it was Cesaro or Sheamus who gave an angle slam through the table. So that was a nice spot right there. They go back in the ring. Miz and Angle are going at it. Miz is a skull crush finale on Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle kicks out. Him and Miz are going at it for a while. Kurt Angle takes a nasty bump when Miz sends him to the outside. Kurt actually landed on his neck on the apron, which was scary to watch, knowing Kurt's neck issues. So that was really, really scary. But Kurt was fine. The Shield come back. They surround Miz with Angle. Rollins hits his King's Landing knee on him, which was followed by Dirty Deeds by Dean Ambrose, which was followed by an Angle slam from Angle onto the Miz. So they all have their finishers on Miz. And to cap it off, they hit the Shield powerbomb, which Kurt Angle did the ooh ah, which I thought was great, by the way. So Shield hits their triple powerbomb with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle pins the Miz 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. So the Shield and Kurt Angle get the victory, which was a hellacious main event. This was just 35 minutes of just fucking a car wreck. Like, they utilized everything. They utilized ladder. Well, they didn't really utilize ladders all that much besides the beginning, but they utilized chairs. They utilized the tables. It was just a whole massive wreck. And like I said, there really was no direction in this match. It was just all over the place, and it was kind of a mess, honestly. Like I said, it was just very directionless. Like the whole Braun Strowman Kane thing, and just them teaming on Strowman and throwing him out, eliminating him. It was just like, what the fuck's going on? But it was still great at the same time. Like, I don't know. It's something that, even though it doesn't make sense, it's fucking great. I don't know how else really how to put it. The Kurt Angle stuff was good. Like I said, he was only in the match for a little bit. You know what? That's what we need to do. It was just the small tease of Kurt Angle that we need to get, because, we didn't get his entrance, which, he did come out to his theme when he came back out to make the save, but he didn't come out in the singlet and everything, which is good, because that way they can save his, his one-on-one return for WrestleMania. We got Kurt Angle in the Shield gear, for fuck's sake, and he was only in the match for like 5 minutes. So when they save his first singles match, we're getting the full package. We're getting the singlet. We're getting the full Kurt Angle entrance. We're getting a full Kurt Angle match. So I like that it was just a small dosage of Kurt Angle, because like I said, it was just a tease of what's to come in the future. But yeah, they end the show celebrating, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Like I said, I thought TLC was a really fun show. I enjoyed it. I thought the women's title match was really good. AJ and Bálor absolutely stole the show with a great match. The main event was really good. It was great, actually. It was just a huge car wreck, but I enjoyed every second of it. Opener with Asuka's debut was solid, and pretty much everything else was good as well. So yeah, like I said, overall I thought TLC was a fun, enjoyable show. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like below. If you guys would like, in the comment section below, leave your guys' thoughts on TLC. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. Pretty much anything TLC related, feel free to leave your guys' comments in the comment section below. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.